Hello and welcome to Kickoff Commentary, and today is day one of a four-day series chronicling the teams of the brand new Alliance of American Football, the AAF, leading into the league's inaugural game on Saturday night. And so today we're going to cover two teams, one from the Eastern Conference, one from the West, the Atlanta Legends and the Arizona Hotshots. We're going to start off with the Atlanta Legends. The Legends will be playing in Georgia State Stadium. They will be head coached by Kevin Coyle. Now, if you don't know the name of Kevin Coyle, that's not super surprising. He's one of only two coaches in the AAF to never have any head coaching experience. Coyle does have experience coaching at all, though. He was the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins for a few years, and the Bengals' defensive assistant, I believe, a few years before that. Coyle's been coaching in some capacity since 1978, so there's not a lack of experience with Coyle. The original choice to be the head coach of the Atlanta Legends is former Minnesota Vikings head coach Brad Childress. However, he resigned in early 2019, leaving the job to Coyle. Another big name involved with this team, one that most people will know and some people love, would be Michael Vick. The former Falcons and Eagles quarterback is scheduled to be the offensive coordinator for the Legends. Vick is known for a great many things, most of them good, some of them less so. One of the most electrifying players in the NFL of the early 2000s, Vick was an absolute joy to watch with the Atlanta Falcons, and then, well, things happened in 2007 that cloud many's view of Michael Vick. We're not going to get into that here. He served his time. He came back. He is now, or was the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles for a bit there, and he was quite talented, had a playoff run, lost Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately. After that, moved around the league a little bit, a couple years with the Jets, I believe one with the Steelers, and since been retired. I'm excited to see Vick's return here. I think it would be cool if he was successful. There are obviously some baggage involved when you bring on Michael Vick, but I'm past it, and I'm hopeful that Michael does well. The roster contains a few former NFL players, one being Aaron Murray, one of the quarterbacks. He was a quarterback for the Chiefs in the NFL for a couple seasons, although he's best known for his time at Georgia, where he is the SEC all-time leader in passing touchdowns. Hard to believe, I know, with how many great quarterbacks have come through the SEC, but he's number one. Credit to him. I'm hopeful to see him come back here. I always thought he would have a chance to be good in the NFL. Here's the chance he needs maybe to show that. The team's running back, or at least one of them, is former Michigan quarterback and former Jacksonville Jaguars running back Denard Robinson. Robinson, much like his offensive coordinator Michael Vick, was on the cover of a video game as well. He was on the cover of NCAA Football 14, which to date is the last one in that series. Rest in peace. Robinson was middlingly successful with the Jaguars, if I remember correctly. They used him kind of all over the field. He never really got a foothold, though, as a big star. He was great at Michigan, as I remember. Never tied his shoelaces. They did a sports science on that. It's very, very interesting. But Robinson succeeding would be pretty cool to see him again. He certainly was electrifying, much like Vick. I think he could do well. And the Chiefs kicker is Young Hoo Koo, a Asian-born NFL player. I do believe he had a tryout with the Chargers, San Diego, Los Angeles. I'm not sure where they were when he had the tryout there, but it'd be cool to see an international player do well in this league to prove that football really can be a sport you can succeed in all around the world. Overall, the Legends roster seems pretty solid. Admittedly, I don't have a large amount of knowledge on Kevin Coyle, and obviously Michael Vick I know was a talented player. Does that translate well to coaching for him? Only time will tell. But the Legends could be a fun team to watch this year. I have high hopes for them. Now let's move on to the Western Conference's Arizona Hotshots. The Hotshots are led onto the field by coach Rick Neuheisel. Now, unlike Kevin Coyle of the Legends, he actually has plenty of head coaching experience, as Neuheisel was the head coach at Colorado, Washington, and UCLA most recently, and he was the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator in 2007. The team will be playing in Sun Devil Stadium, which I believe is the home of the Arizona State football team as well, who's being coached by Herm Edwards. A lot of head coaching talent in that building. The team is being quarterbacked by Trevor Knight, who was a quarterback at Oklahoma in 2013, his first year as a starter, and he did something that not a lot of teams can say they've done. He beat Alabama in a bowl game. He beat them 45-31 in the Sugar Bowl, threw 4 touchdowns and no picks, all was well. 2014 was a little bit weaker, it wasn't as good of a season, and for 2015 he was beaten out for the starting job by a guy named Baker Mayfield. In 2016 he played at Texas Tech his final year in college before going to the NFL Combine. Now, Knight's stats are a little bit unfortunate. His completion percentage went down every year in college, but his running numbers were always great. He was more of an athletic quarterback, a two-way kind of guy, but, the passing simply wasn't all there for him to make a run. That's why Baker was able to surpass him. But at the Combine, he was actually great. He had the best vertical jump, broad jump, and 40 time among quarterbacks. His 4.54 40 was actually faster than Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints. Knight went to the Arizona Cardinals for the 2017 season as their quarterback competition for the third spot. However, he didn't make it and went to the Falcons practice squad that year and is now a member of the Hotshots. It'd be cool to see Trevor Knight do well. The guy's clearly an athletic freak. I mean, the guy's faster than Alvin Kamara, at least in the 40 time. Can he develop as a passer? Well, we'll see what Neuheisel can do. He, as I've said, he has an offensive mind as a coach, so we'll see what he does with that. Another notable player for this team is free safety Raheem Moore, who actually played 7 seasons in the NFL, but you probably know him best for this. Ouch. It's like a Renaissance painting of failure. This one play did a lot for the history of the NFL. It's probable that it took a ring away from Peyton Manning. Yeah, possible. I won't say probable. It's very possible that it's the reason Joe Flacco got a $100 million contract. It could have cost the San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl because who knows, they could have beaten the Denver Broncos. We'll never know because of this play. It's unfortunate that Raheem is known for this, because in his time he was a fairly talented safety, but much like Bill Buckner, Steve Bartman, anyone like that, this is something that will stick with you forever. A final notable player for the Hotshots is kicker Nick Folk. Nick Folk was a Dallas Cowboys kicker for his first 3 seasons, so I have a little bit of knowledge on him, although it's been several years since he was here. In 2007, he made the Pro Bowl in his rookie year, but by 2009, his last year in Dallas, he had kind of fallen off. From then on, he played several years for the New York Jets with success, and then 2017 happened with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where in Week 5, Thursday Night Football against the Patriots, Nick Folk had a rough night. He missed 3 field goals in a game the Buccaneers would only lose by 5 points. If those all go in, it's very possible Tampa Bay wins that game. That one hurts. So looking at the overall view of the Hotshots, I would definitely call them an underdog. You know, you've got 3 players that I just named on that roster that all have had some things that you could say were just unlucky, some of it skill-related, but, you know, none of these guys are highly touted. Obviously, a guy like Raheem Moore is looking to prove he's more than just the blown coverage against Jacoby Jones. Nick Folk would like to prove that that was just a fluke and not who he is against the Patriots. And then, obviously, Trevor Knight would like to prove he can throw the football well, and he can be a quarterback. I'm cheering for all of them. I'm not actively rooting against anybody in this league, but the Hotshots are going to be a fun team to watch, see if any of these guys can really get things right. Neuheisel has some talent around him. Let's see what the Hotshots can do. I certainly think it's possible they do well. So those were today's 2 teams for the AAF introductions. Which one do you like better? Will you be cheering for either team, or is there a team that you know is coming up that you already like better? Of these players, let me know who you think has a chance of bouncing back the most. Do you like the coaches? Michael Vick, what are your thoughts on him being an offensive coordinator? Let me know all of that down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to see the rest of the series, subscribe to get notifications for the videos. Leave a comment, once again, like I said, just so I know what's going on. Tell me what you think. If I'm stupid, let me know that too. Criticism is always valid. This has been Kickoff Commentary, and have a great day.